Alright lads, welcome to some gameplay of the new Kursk during confrontation. Now if you look at the planes list for either team, then you can tell straight away that it's completely imbalanced, and I just want to start this video by saying that the fights you're about to see, they're not fair at all. Every advantage is to me. We're fighting planes, in some cases at a 1.3 BR below us. The Yak 90s, they're 4.0 and I'm in a 4.3, so it's a bit more fair, but still, it's not entirely fair, so take this gameplay with a pinch of salt. But we're in our BF-109 G2 Trop. Don't exactly know why the G2 Trop would be in Kursk, but anyway, we're coming into this LA5, yeah. Quite a nice shot if I say so, but we're going to be doing some energy fighting today. We don't quite make a connect with our 20mm on that Yak 90. But we missed the Yak, so we're going to go straight into a, well, not into a vertical, but into a very steep climb. This means that we aren't throwing away any of our energy, we're conserving it by getting altitude. As you can see, we can just come back down on top of this Yak. He wouldn't have had the speed to climb up to us to get us. So we maintain our energy, as well as preventing him from ever having a shot on us. And that's really what you want to do with energy fighting in general. Now here his fire goes out and he almost gets a shot on me, so that was me being lazy. Should have took more precautions to clear his guns. But as you can see, this plane, you've got no trouble playing against these. It is a little bit to do with them using their planes not really in the right way. The Yaks in the LA5 series, they're very, very fast on the deck. They're basically like American muscle cars. They're very fast in straight lines. They're alright at turning, but they're not really good for... They can't really climb, and they don't really have engines that work well at altitude. But that was two very easy kills. Completely not really. I'm even typing in chat saying this isn't fair at all. There's not much they can do if I take the time to climb. I think the LA5, I think its engine stopped producing weapon about 3 or 4k. Same for the Yak as well, so I can just climb and completely destroy them really. But enduring confrontation, it's meant to be historical. And it is historical, but is it fun for the enemy team? The enemy team do get access to a lot of ground attackers and bombers, which kind of is what Kursk was. It was a German offensive, wasn't it? Major tank offensive, where the Russians had the advantage in tanks and I think there's a lot of Sturmovix used, as well as Stuka G1s, G2s. But anyway, a lot of the Soviets on this team yesterday, they were just ground attacking. And they were getting a lot of points. I think someone in an IL2 had over 8,000 points. And anyway, we've run out of cannons. We don't manage to get the kill on that LA. But we've got a Yak 9 above us. And we're going to do some energy fighting here. So this Yak dives onto us. And we go straight up. Now notice that he turns. He shouldn't have done that. He should have just carried on. He should have extended and gone into a climb. I'd have been slow while he'd have retained his energy. Now that Yak has just done 2 massive horizontal turns and bloody speed. Now at the same speed, I've got a better engine, so I've got better thrust and I can outmaneuver him. Now here I'm kind of a bit undecided on who I want to attack. I've not got my 20mm anymore, I've only got my nose mounted 7.62s, which are a bit terrible. So I'm here really just as bait for my friendly. But with energy fighting, every time your opponent's in a vertical, you kind of want to be in a horizontal. So when he's slowing down, you're speeding up, so you can get a little bit more separation. Take that with a little pinch of salt. There are cases where it's not usable. But when you're at slow speed energy fighting, if an opponent is trying to zoom up towards you, going into a vertical towards you, then you don't want to go up into a vertical as well, really. Just because then he can if you slow yourself down, if you stall yourself out directly in front of him, he can still shoot you, even if he's going slow. So when he's zooming up towards you and he's slow, you want to be going into a horizontal, because he won't be able to maneuver he won't be able to move his nose onto you really. I'll show you a bit better later on in the video. I know I'm not too good at explaining things like this, but so now we're down to 32 rounds in our 7.62. I think I've knocked out this guy's engine, or the Focke-Wulf did it. I think it was me, but. And I have to say, these two players, I think they're in they are in a clan. I don't know what the clan's called. LB, DB, I'm not sure. I know they're Spanish. I asked him in the chat if they were German because his name's Ludwig Führer, but no, he's Spanish. I don't know. I'm not sure why. But they're very good pilots. We have a nice duel at the end. The very last clip of this video, it's 2-on-1, 2 of them versus me. It's about quite a long clip. I really enjoyed it, but that's a pretty good demonstration of energy fighting. But here at the minute, this Yak 9's going down. I don't have any rounds left, so I'm just fucking with him really. Trying to force him to try to evade and crash. Thought he was going to hit this tree, but he manages to evade it. Here I could have died, a bit stupid of me. You can see his 37 mils go right over me. But I think he's going to become slow enough here now that the plane just automatically destroys. He types in chat, clemency please. So you can see he's not, he's got good sportsmanship basically. So a bit more of the game's gone on. I've been back to base and I've landed. And whilst I've been landing, there's the LA-5. He's been near my base waiting for me. Now he's diving on me, but I'm basically extending in the horizontal low. I want to get as much speed as I can. But at the same time, it means that he isn't diving on me from a steep dive. You can see he's only in a shallow dive now, so he's not going to be going as fast as if he would. If he was right above me diving down, he'd have a lot more speed because he's in a vertical dive. But because I'm dragging him and he's only in a shallow dive, he's not going to be as fast as he would have been. So I can use that. Now I should go straight into a vertical loop, same thing you've seen me doing many times. Now here this guy, like before the Yak, he should have just carried on flying straight and extended. But instead he goes up. At slower speeds I'm going to have all the advantages just because I've got a more powerful engine. Now here I stall myself out, which usually would be a bad thing, but I can get right on him. Now he should have been dead there. That's 80% my fault for having poor aim. I say 20% the camera, because when the camera like reset it shakes off my aim a bit. But here we're using our flaps and our throttle to decrease our turning circle, and we're on him now. So he's going to go into the vertical again, which benefits us because we've got a lot more power doing this. If he was doing this in the horizontal, he'd win. So we cut our throttle, decrease our turn circle. You want to decrease your throttle at the top of the loop. And now just shear off his wing. Filmed this last night at about 1 in the morning, and I thought it'd be absolutely awful, but my aim was actually really on point last night. But again, it goes back to the BF-109. A lot of people criticise it for only having 120 and 2 7.62s in the nose. But the majority of your kills with BF-109s, they should be when you've got your enemy at low speeds like that, where you shouldn't really be needing to spray a little bit. You don't really need the gun pods, to be honest, especially not like this, because it just increases the drag and makes you heavier. You can't do as much dogfighting. So you saw Ludwig there behind us. He's the guy that asked for clemency, and I decided I wasn't going to attack him just because I don't think it's fair, especially not 2-on-1. So I just let him fight that Focke-Wulf. There's nothing. If you get killed by these Russian fighters, then you've done something wrong playing as the Germans, because you've got every advantage. As we see, that LA5, he got blown up pretty quick. The exact same tactics we used. But I decided I wasn't going to fight those guys anymore. I think I've not quite decided yet. I'm getting there, because they were talking in chat and just being friendly. So I just wanted to see what these guys can do. Not that I'm a master or even anything good, but I just wanted to have a nice fight, because I'm enjoying this, because it's nice one-on-one dogfights. Granted, it's completely overpowered in my favour, but it's just like, have you seen that Game of Thrones where the mountains in that, I think he's in a castle and they're bringing him like criminals and he's just killing them for practice? This is what this feels like. It's just not a fair fight whatsoever, really. We almost had guns on there. Maybe you should have cut my throttle a bit more to get on him, but this lightning guy, he's going to run away now. It's fair enough. He's got two of us on him. And he's going to do something very smart. He's going to drag me towards his friendly teammate, his other clanmate, the Ludwig guy. Then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this engagement, really. So I've decided now that I'm not really going to shoot these guys. I just want to fly with them. It's just me against these two. I've got the energy advantage at the minute. So this guy's coming up towards me. So we're in a horizontal. We don't want to slow ourselves down. So Ludwig, he extended a little bit and went off my radar. So I decided to focus on lightning. Now you've seen the previous games, the previous clips from before. I could have easily had him dead there. I'd have been an easy shot. Wouldn't really have risked. He's got very low muzzle velocity, whereas I could have had him killed quicker. But he's trying to pull up towards me, but he's not got the time. So Ludwig comes in. He's climbing towards me, so I put it into a dive. I want to get my speed up so I can do this maneuver. We go straight vertical. Both of those guys don't have the speed to follow me, so I'm essentially safe. They can't get their guns on me. Now here I'm a little bit slow, so my roll rate's a bit shit. But I could have had a shot there, but we're forcing Ludwig low there. We have got two enemy fighters on him. When you're energy fighting, you do really need to be smart about which target you're focusing on in order to. You're basically beating them down, really. So lightning here, he has a little bit of energy and he could have pulled up. So I've got to try and turn out into the horizontal. So these guys are both stalling themselves out, right behind us basically. Again, I'm typing in chat, this is OP. Probably could have had a shot there if I wasn't typing. It's not really every day you'd be typing when you're that close to an enemy. So I'm extending a little bit here, trying to get my speed back. So we're going in the horizontal, getting a bit of speed, then we're going to do another maneuver. Now as you can see, we're turning in the horizontal now. And as soon as he pulls up towards us, we're going to go into the vertical. Now it means that if they tried to follow this, what I'm doing, they'd have to pull their nose right up, which would just bleed their speed. So we cut our throttle to get onto this yak. Now again, I'm not shooting. Easily could have had him killed there. I'm just playing around with these guys. They were, like I said, they were being friendly in chat, so I just wanted to. It's like practice, really. That's what I'm. Not that I'm implying that I'm better than. But they do manage to get a shot on here. I was being a bit well, fair play to them. But I've positioned myself badly now. They're on my 6, not really in a position to get a kill yet. Like again, that LA5, he's pitching up towards me in the vertical, so we go horizontal. He can't really get his guns on. You see there, he's completely stalled. He doesn't have enough speed to actually maneuver his nose onto us. Again here, easily could have blown him out of the sky. I think I even lead the shot. Just don't press the mouse button. Now Ludwig, he's done the smart thing here. This is what you want to do if it's a 2-on-1. Ludwig's extended, and I put my smoke on now because I know I'm dead. Ludwig's extended and he's got an altitude advantage. Now he's coming in. He's got an altitude and energy advantage now, so there's nothing I can do really. I tried to turn in against him. Probably shouldn't have gone into it. Probably should have gone straight horizontal. But we have the LA5 right behind me, so I would have died to him anyway. So there's not much I can do. So as long as these guys, as long as Ludwig separated from the LA, I obviously can't fight two of them at the same time. You can only focus on one. The fact both these guys were trying to fight me at the same time was the only reason I was able to manage them both. But Ludwig did the smart thing here. He separated, got a bit of distance, then came back in with all the advantages. Now here, shouldn't have gone into a vertical really looking back at this. But good job Lightning, he gets the kill. You see in chat straight away they put GG. I say nice flying. Both very gentlemen about it. It's just that's the most fun I've had in months in this game really. Just a nice little dogfight between, well, I'd say we're both same skill level. It's just I'm in a better plane really. That's the only thing between us. But I hope that gave you a little bit of insight into energy fighting. The same theory and practice can be put into other opponents. Just because I had an advantage in BR doesn't mean this isn't applicable to same BR opponents. But hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in another video.